I really got into shaping just because I really wanted to kind of experiment with different bottom contours and rail shapes and even just total shapes of the boards. You know, some of these blunt nose boards that are more skate influenced, and even taking the boards like the Fish would have been around, were popularized in the late 60s, early 70s, and make them to more of a board that's more refined, more polished, and just to work a little bit better. Say I still kind of hold on to a lot of different versions of the original, like the classic keel Fish that Steve Liss originally designed. And you move into like a Fish, which is a different type of feel of board, a little more drawn out, drawn out turns, and more of a kind of glide, that little soul kind of feel. Those shapes are going to be like the rockers are much more relaxed. It's going to have more of a softer entry in the front, but they're really designed to generate their own speed. Really fast boards where they don't need as much the wave to generate the speed as the performance shortboard needs more of that wave energy, and that's why when you're surfing it's more like trestles, and to get that performance, the performance shortboards work really well. So it's that whole idea of designing a board for people where people surf too. So they both have definitely both have their place. I do boards for people even on the East Coast, and sometimes we're up in Northern California and Santa Cruz, so I try to keep that in mind. I always try to ask what kind of waves people are surfing, or if they're going to take a board that they want to have that they're just going to travel with. Obviously going to try to build something that would be like a board for like a boat trip, or a board for surfing at Cardiff Reef, or Swamis, or even the Swamis more of a board that's set up more for a point break surf, or opposed to like a Black's beach break too. So this is where it's used all the time, not inside the room. So whether you're using a planer or you're sanding your bottom, I always try to think how the water's going to be flowing off that too. So I try to do that. You're trying to mimic that all the time. That's why I try to change it up with design. I think any board that you do, there's always ways to improve it and make it better. And make it better for the person. My whole philosophy is try to build boards, or I'm dealing directly with customer, is to build boards that'll work for how they surf, whether they're surf from the front foot, or they like something that's a little more driving, and really try to listen and take that information, and the whole idea is try to get it from that to my hands and put it in the boards. And to me, the whole goal is to I enjoy just making boards so people can have more fun.